Boy, oh boy. Bayern in the mud. Finally, Bayern fans. You've tormented me for years on end. My turn to torture you. The first leg of the Champions League round of 16 is over now, so let's go over all the matches. We start with Real Madrid versus RB Leipzig. The Germans thought they opened the scoring in the 3rd minute, but it was controversially ruled offside for interference with the keeper. Even Los Blancos veteran Toni Kroos thought it should have been allowed, but in the end, the offside call stood. Both sides went at each other's necks, and in the second half, a stunning Brahim Diaz goal gave Los Blancos the lead. Leipzig continued to push for an equalizer, but unfortunately for the hosts, Andre Lunin had Freaky Friday'd with Thibaut Courtois and kept Real Madrid's 1-0 lead. In the other match between Man City and Copenhagen, you know what happened. The scriptwriters never put Man City in jeopardy. Well, actually, Ederson was the only one who didn't follow the script, as Brazilian Onana gave the ball away for the Copenhagen's equalizer. However, the rest of City's squad bailed him out as City won 3-1. On Valentine's Day, Mbappe and Barcola would give PSG a 2-0 win over Real Sociedad. I know I predicted them losing this tie, but look, I did say they'd probably win the first leg and then blow it in the second leg because, I mean, that's pretty much always what happens, so yeah. The prediction is still alive. For now, at least. Rather, it was the other match that took all the headlines. Bayern versus Lazio. The German champions tried everything they could to break down Lazio's back line, but nothing worked. And unfortunately for Bayern, Dayot Upamecano saw Lazio's light blue kits, thought they were Man City, and reverted back to Upa Maguire. Ciro Immobile scores the penalty, and Lazio take a 1-0 win over Bayern, with Bayern having not a single shot on target. Even better news for everyone who's not a Bayern fan, Upamecano is suspended for the next leg, so most likely Dyer will start. I know there's still De Ligt, but I don't know, Tuchel seems to have some kind of weird vendetta against De Ligt, so Dyer in, baby! Also, it seems that their shaky form has also translated to the domestic league, because in the Bundesliga, Bayern also faced a 3-2 loss to Bochum, 15th place Bochum, and guess who got sent off in that same week? If you count the Leverkusen loss as well, this is the first time since 2015 that Bayern lost 3 matches in a row. Tuchel ball, ladies and gentlemen. He did announce recently that he's going to leave the club in June, so add that to the list of the managers that are departing with their clubs. Now we move on to the last 4 matches. PSV versus Dortmund. Daniel Mullen gave the Yellow Wall the lead, but then Beva Bay conceded a penalty, Luke de Jong converts, 1-1 the score. Classic Dortmund fashion, taking the lead and then bottling it. Where have I seen this before? And in the other match, after a hard-fought game, Inter would take the lead through Marko Arnautovic and then secure a 1-0 win over Atletico Madrid. Now we move on to the last matches. Porto versus Arsenal. The Gunners tried everything they could to get their knockout stage to a good start, but unfortunately for them, it would be a last-minute winner from Porto that settled the result. I don't know, I see this as a good wake-up call for Arsenal fans because they have been getting a little bit overconfident in their club's recent form. This is a good reminder that they still have some way to go. And last but not least, Napoli versus Barcelona. Now, before the match, I was cautious, yes, but I also had my hopes up. Why? Just 48 hours before the game, Napoli decided to implode. And right off the bat, Barcelona did really well as we were dominating the match, and in the entire first half, Napoli didn't have a single shot, period. And it wouldn't take long into the second half for Lewandowski to give the Coolers the lead. Now, that should have settled my nerves, but let me tell you something about Barcelona this season. We are terrible at protecting leads. And of course, in classic Barcelona fashion, at least from this season, Osimhen equalizes in the 75th minute. But those are your results for the first leg. Aside from the Man City match, none of the results seem done and dusted, so there's everything to play for in the second leg. So, what do you think the results will be? Let me know down in the comments.